Most gardeners think watermelon success happens in the spring, but if you wait until then, you have already lost a lot of growth. What I'm about to show you is what I do right now in late fall, early winter to set my watermelon patch up for a monstrous harvest. And you remember, and if you don't remember, or if you're new to the channel, that led me to be the watermelon champ because I grew the biggest watermelon. All because I had a plan and I executed. Let me show you the plan for the fall. I have a wood chip garden, so I have to move all my wood chips away, but I want to let you know some of the myths that I want to discount. So the first myth is you have to start in spring to get your garden fresh and ready and have all the minerals in, lay all the fertilizers. You do not have to do that. And another myth is, hey, I have to use synthetic fertilizers. No, because everything that I'm using is organic. I'm not using any synthetic fertilizers. Lastly, I have to use some fast acting fertilizers. The answer is no, you do not have to do that. And I'm going to show you all the fertilizers that I use to help. So let's go ahead and get going. Are you wondering why fall preps beat spring fertilizing? Well, just think about it. If I fertilize now, like I'm doing, it is going to break down over time. And so this is a slow release fertilizer. And so if I do this in the spring, I will get some benefits, but all of this is breaking down and it's going to be ready and available for those plants right then. So I'm going to be ahead of the game. Now, you may have seen me, yes, Bear Brown, that's me, do this, still fertilize in the springtime too. I just like to make sure I have all my bases covered, but I don't know if you've seen me do this, but this is one thing that I always do, and those plants take off. One other thing, if I drop my fertilizer down in the spring, and I do still do that, but when I do that, it's going to take a longer period of time for the plant to take up the nutrients. So I'm in a win-win situation getting my beds ready now. And so time I put it in the ground, boom, I'm gonna have an explosion of plant growth, no doubt. So here's what I do. I'm putting organic matter down. This right here is green sand. Now what this is gonna do, this is going to provide potassium, and we all know that potassium is needed. We need a lot of things in here. And before, when I was talking to you earlier, I was putting down gypsum. And gypsum, when it breaks down, it's going to provide what? You know it. It's going to provide calcium. We don't want blossom end rot. So I'm going ahead and getting all that good stuff in here now. And it is going to do wonders for me and possibly grow me another giant watermelon that is going to be over 69 pounds, no doubt. Now I have this in my garage because I use it fairly well for this instance, and so I'm not having to go all out and purchase everything. The next organic thing that I use is having aged compost. All right, so if you have aged compost, I do have some compost that's going in here. I have something else that I'm gonna talk to you about, or you can go ahead and buy store-bought compost. This was the compost that I had left over, and I do have bags of that being left over. So I'm going to lay all this out as well. I'm still putting organic matter in my patch. And so what this is nothing illegal, y'all. This is eggshells. All right, so eggshells are organic. I'm going to put it in. This helps with the grit of the worms when they come in, because I want loads of worms. And so I'm just putting out the eggshells down. And so I'll put my video at the end of how I get it into this powdery form. But let me go ahead and go all the way down. I'm gonna show you what else I'm using. Now, if you are a regular, you know that I'm big on my tomato tone. So this is the last granular fertilizer I'm going to drop down. Let me put my mask back on. Now this does have a small amount, I think it's like a 3 of nitrogen, but I'm using it for the NPK. I believe that's a 5 and a 6. And so I'm going to spread this out. As you can see, I don't measure it out, but you can use the application on the bag. It just, I go by my feel because I've been doing this a long time now. Just like I'm cooking. I don't measure, I just put it out there and it works. This is why I love getting this big bag in the fall time. I always do it. Now you may not have seen it, but I always do it. And the last thing is my leaf mold. Now the leaves are dropping down. Make sure you get those leaves and do what I've done in my videos. I'll put that at the end too for the following year. And you will have broken down leaf mold, which is amazing. So I'm gonna put that down and I'll see you shortly. You have just witnessed all the ingredients that I put in my watermelon patch. They are slow releasing nutrients that is going to slowly break down over the time until it gets to spring. But you need to keep one thing in mind. Timing matters just as much as what we just put down. What I mean by that, when are we going to apply this? So in your area, if you're late fall, early winter time, if the soil temperature is 50 to 65 degrees, you are in a sweet spot. It can go down to 40 degrees, but underneath 40 and down to freezing, then I'm not gonna worry about it. But I'm in good time. It's almost 68 degrees today, and it's gonna be 70, 78 degrees on Christmas here, which is crazy. But anyway, just be mindful of that, and then that is going to set you up for massive success because the microbes are going to be working well, breaking down these nutrients for our plants that's coming to join them soon. You may be wondering that your first frost hit already. Mine has too, but let me show you how to lock in all those nutrients that we just put down so that the microbes can still break everything down. Now remember I told you that I have a wood chip garden. Now a lot of the wood chips are breaking down already, but I'm using mulch, my wood chip mulch, to cover this whole entire area up. And I'm getting another chip drop soon because I need it. But I'm going to use that to cover this area, and those microbes are going to be much warmer. So even though if it dips down a little low with the temperature, then the wood chips will help keep the microbes warmer, and they can still go ahead and break down all the things that we put in place. So we are protecting them with mulch. Now your mulch may be different. You may want to get straw. Now I know some people, they use a cover crop. I've never done that before, but if that's all I had, then I would do that. But find something that you can cover. Even leaves. You got leaves that you can put down as well. So it's endless. Use what you have. And all we know that the spring payoff is coming, meaning that all that has been broken down over time. Once I put my plants in, I'm gonna have immediate intake because they are going to be in a lovely place with all the nutrients all around. Think about the roots. The roots are just gonna grow because all the nutrition is readily available for them. And so I can't wait. That is the payoff. That is why I'm doing this now. And I've always done it so that I can get my plants on a great start and so they can readily take up those nutrients. And you know, in the springtime, I will hit it with the liquid fertilizer, which is my fish fertilizer, to give them immediate feeding right there too. So all that is jumping off and they are loving it. One thing I forgot that I want to add about my spring payoff, which is what I stated earlier, is that since I'm doing this now, I don't have to have a corrective fertilizing to try to get my plants on the right start. But if you watch me, I always add a little bit more fertilizer because that's what I'm always do. Hey, I'm trying to get the biggest watermelon I can. So I want to let you know that in the description, I will have notes of all of this. It'll be a printable that you can just hit to it, and then it'll be there to remind you of things to do. And it also leads into my email list, so I can give you more feedback throughout the year. And another thing, if you like this video, please hit the like button, share it to all the growers that you know, so we can get them growing big fruit just like the bear. All right, I'll see you in the next video right over here. I believe it's gonna be the egg fertilizer, and I told you something else earlier, but it'll be here or there. I think it was 2 of them. All right, see you in both of those. Bye.